Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Is there someone here who can compete with me?
Of course. What do you think this range is? First, I'll explain the rule. You shoot 7, 13, or 21 arrows. The straw surround is worth 1 point. The white ring 2. The round ends when everyone has finished shooting and who... It's the custom to wager on it, to make it more interesting, see? The better the art...
All right.
Just one more thing. Don't leave while the contest is underway, and never aim or shoot at anything.
Got it.
How good are you with a bow?
I'm a beginner.
Doesn't matter. Splendid. Here's some... Meanwhile, I'll round up the... See you later. Right, archers, let's begin. The victor is Henry. Contest over.
Is there someone here?
Sure. How good are you with...
I'm a beginner.
Doesn't matter. Splendid. Meanwhile, I'll... You may shoot. The victor is Henry. Contest over.
Is there someone here?
Of course. How good are you with a bow?
I've shot a few.
Then you'll have no trouble finding an opponent. Splendid. Meanwhile, I'll round... See you... Right, archers, let's begin. The victor is Henry. Contest over.
Is there someone here?
Of course. How good are you?
I've shot a few.
Then you'll have no... Splendid. Meanwhile, I'll round up... Goodbye. Right, archers, let's begin. The contest is over. Henry here is the winner.
What's life like?
We got sturdy walls and 2 castles to protect us. There's not many towns of that.
Have you heard anything about...
Everywhere they go, they pillage, rape and slaughter. Also the... God be with you.
Is there someone here?
Of course. How good are you with a bow?
I've shot a few.
Then you'll have... Splendid. Meanwhile, I'll... Farewell. You may begin. The victor is Henry. Contest over.
Stop for a bit. I'll just give you a quick search.
Why?
Orders of his...
What's that to do with me? Don't you know who I...
Like hell.
As you wish.
Nothing. All right.
What are you here for?
Did you find out what actually...
Folks say it was an account of our silver and how Sir God be with you.
Yeah.
Lord reward you.
Yeah.
Here.
Is there someone here?
I'm sure. How good are you with
I reckon I can
bold words? Well, the best archers shoot. Splendid. Here's some arrows. Meanwhile, I'll round. Good luck. You may shoot. The victor is Henry. Contest over.
My respects to you. God be with you. Good God, you look terrible.
You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff.
Busy. I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Scarlet's refugees to work. It's not that...
I understand.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself.
If you need help, I'll do...
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you?
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 3, actually 5
A cook and 5 water carriers. That sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me...
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will know which of the Scarlet's folk are best suited to the job.
How come that's such a course for...
For one thing, they're afraid of me, and I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to make...
Oh, they're desperate. You can't blame them.
I don't, but I might end up picking some good-for-nothing who'll just booze his wages.
Can you tell me anything more about the cook?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straightforward answer out of him. Maybe he's...
What do I need to know about the water?
We need 3. Right now, some of the burgers' hands are...
And they need to go all the way down to the river.
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill? It's not an easy job, but someone...
What can you tell me about the other...
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them. Some places are...
Sounds disgusting. Why would anyone...
If all else fails, I'll pay 2 groschen for every 1 I pay the water carriers. That might convince someone.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck.
May the Lord watch over you.
Master Bailiff, is there anything...
Don't even talk.
What's life like in...
This is a manorial town, and our Lord has...
Good luck to you.
Yeah!
I'd like to train a bit, just...
Right. What weapon would you like to try? I've got a bastard sword.
I'd like to train with a short sword. And I'll take a shield.
Right, lad. Grab your...
God damn!
You know how this one ends. No, kurwa. Fucking hell. Not a good move. God!
You gonna cry now? No. You asked for it. Oh dear, did that hurt? Bugger! Now you're done for.
I'd like to train him.
Right. What weapon would you like to try?
How about with no weapon?
You surprise me. But yes, why not? It's useful to know unarmed combat. Sword can get blunt, the polearm break, and then it's just your bare hands against the opponent. So let's get to it.
Fuck it! This one. Fuck! Ready? Yeah. Come and get it. I yield. Enough.
I'd like to train a bit.
Right. What weapon would you like to try?
I'd like to train with a short sword. Just on its own.
Right, lad. Way off! Cunt! Giving up already. You call it! Jesus! Come on, then. Come here, Lily Liver.
Can I ask, what kind of a lord is Sir Hanush?
I can't complain. He knows how to keep order, but he does it with good humor.
What do you think of Sir Ra-
I hear he's on good terms with the king, probably why Sir Hanush opened the door to him. Sir Radzig seems like a fair man, and folks say he's a good governor.
What's young Lord capable?
He'll be the governor here in a few years. Sir Hanush is just his guardian until he comes of age. The young lord spends most of his time making merry, but he'll grow out of it. He's no
What's life like in Rattay?
Till Sigismund came, and then you folk, it was a fine peace.
What will become of the Skalitz?
I'd like to know the answer to that myself. I hope things can settle down.
Perkstein is a fine.
It'll be even finer once you all clear out.
Do you know who those soldiers of Sigismund's are, Captain?
They call them Cumans or Kipchaks. Our lord says they fled from the Mongols to Hungary and settled there. They're herdsmen and excellent horsemen. And barbarians, too. For all that they claim, they've turned to crime.
Thank you.
Any chance of some...
It all depends on what you're... I'm sure you've noticed the roads around here. Sir Hanush has declared...
So what do you think I should do?
We know about one of their encampments. It's to the east of Rattay, and I don't really mind how you deal with them. Anyway, the leaders generally wear spurs, maybe like they're pretending they're nobility. In any case, bring me the spurs.
Very well.
Wait. In addition, Sir Hanush has offered a reward for every bandit who's killed. So take a good sharp dagger. You'll get a bit extra.
Isn't that a bit barbaric?
Barbaric ways.
That does make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey! Greeting!
Can you tell me something about the other miller?
There's a couple of other fellows around here in my trade. Wojciech in Kohelnitz and Simon in Sasa.
Tell me about Wojciech.
He's young and hot-blooded, with a short temper. But he's a fine fellow when you get to know him. His heart's in the right place, and he's always willing to lend a helping hand. Unfortunately, he got himself into a feud with that usurer, the merchant Wolfram Pruder.
What about this Simon?
An odd one he is, a loner who don't talk much. But he's as dogged as a hunting hound once he gets his teeth into anything. He won't let go until he sees it through, even if he has to walk over.
I've got some goods here.
All right. I'll be with you.
Let's talk about...
Naturally.
Are we agreed?
Come now. Aye.
Well, you're a sight for...
So, how have you been?
I can't stop thinking about Skalitz.
I know. It was hell. But life has to go on. Why not clear your head and try to forget about it? At least for now.
What do you mean?
Do you feel like a walk?
That's not a bad idea. I've got lots to do right now. But I'd love to go another time. Will you come and see me again?
As her ladyship command?
You jester.
Have you got a moment? I'd like to ask a few questions about Skalitz. I don't remember much.
All right. What do you want to know?
How did you get me away from Skalitz?
It wasn't easy. So Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon and we harnessed an old nag the bandits had left behind. The soldiers escorted us all the way here, God bless them.
What about the bandits?
So Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who attacked you fled, and Zibishek with him. It won't be safe in Skalitz for a while yet.
Why would Zbyszek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry?
He was always a nasty piece of work. Doesn't surprise me he joined them. If you knew what he did to me.
Tell me.
When those... Cumans, they call them. When the Cumans came, Zbyszek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He sacrificed me to save his own hide.
That bastard! Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum took everything, including your horse.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzig. I promised Father I'd take it to him. I have to get it back.
Well, you can't. Just be thankful you're still alive.
What happened to the other survivors from Skalitz?
They sought refuge in Rattay, and some of the Rattay folk are none too happy about it.
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias? Johanka? Did they make it?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhojed. Johanka is in Sisau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble they'll be in is of their own making.
What about Sir Radzig?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Rattay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzig, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle. The Skalitz folk have made camp in front of it.
How did you get away from those Cumans?
You're wrong. If it hadn't been for you... When they came to the mill, they slaughtered everyone. And kept me for last. After you distracted them, I fled to the mines to find my brother, but he... My brother was dead, but I owe my life and more to you.
And I owe mine to you. The scales are balanced. I won't trouble you anymore.
What's that dog you have here? He looks familiar.
Don't you remember him? It's Mart, the butcher's dog from Skalitz.
Ah, of course. When I went back to bury my parents, he was guarding his master's dead body. A faithful dog. How come he's here?
When we carted you here, we took Mutt along too. He's been hanging around the...
What does the miller have to say about...
He can't stand it.
How's that?
Every time he sees him, he starts shouting that he's a useless mouth to feed and that'll skin him.
Jesus.
And it didn't even soften his heart when Mutt brought a hare from the woods. He was happy to eat it, but it didn't change his mind.
I could have a word with him.
That would be a waste.
How's he doing?
A lot better now. I slipped him something good now and again when Uncle wasn't looking.
He won't starve to death then. Does he obey you?
Me? Not much. He's got a mind of his own, and I'm just not...
Ah, spoilt then.
No. He just hasn't learned many commands. But he's well able to beg for a piece of meat.
How long has he been with you?
More or less since we came here. He runs off now and again. Sometimes I don't see him all day. I think he likes to go wandering.
So he's doing quite well then?
Yeah. I'd keep him, but... he reminds me too much of Tinker, you know? I don't want to think about so I thought maybe you might take him with you?
Me?
I'm sure the two of you would get on. He's a handsome fella and lovable. I'd be very happy if you had him.
But we never had a dog at the smithy. We never needed one.
Come on. He's got no one.
All right. I'll take him. He can keep me company on my travels.
Thanks, Henry. Go and get him then. He's sniffing around some...
Hey, Mutt. Remember me? From Skalitz, remember? You want to go with me? We'll get on like a house on fire. Follow me. Would you teach me something about the, milling craft? Like how to get things out of strangers, perro?
Aye, why not? You're handy enough. No doubt you'll master it. Come behind the mill where we want. God be with you. Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the... I'll stand here and pretend I don't know you're there. You try sneaking up behind me without me seeing you, and take something from my purse. First, you have to rummage in the purse. The longer you do it, the better chance you have of finding something valuable. But also, once you've found something you want, you've got to pull it out. Carefully. Try stealing my dagger. That's the way. I hardly noticed you were there. I think you're ready to try it out for real. Best practice on drunks and sleeping folk, so you don't end up in jail before you even get started.
Thanks, Peshek.
You're welcome. But I'll be having that dagger back now.
You've an honest trade. How come you got mixed up in crime?
Evil times. The harvest failed, and there was no grain to mill, and a child to feed on top of it all. I had no choice. And meanwhile, the lords in the castle and the monks in the monastery stuffed their craws to bursting. Where's the justice in that?
So you took justice into your own hands, is that it? And now you take whatever you need?
Pull your head out your arse, Henry, and take a good look around you. Wars come and go, but nothing really changes. It's the poor that do the dying, and the nobles who reap the rewards. We have to survive somehow, so why concern ourselves with morals? Goodbye. Try unlocking this trunk. Hold the lockpick in your right hand and use it to feel out the tumbler. In your left hand, got it? Good. Now turn the whole lock with the blade, but don't stop holding the tumbler with the pick. Otherwise, you forced it and broke the lockpick. That crack could be heard in Kuttenberg. You have to watch out for that. An experienced guard will recognize the sound at once. You're a dab hand, Hal. Make something out of you yet. Remember, this trunk's only for practice. With real locks, you have to watch out for the pick. Try it a few more times if you like. Then good luck with the real thing. Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wave?
Can you tell me... What's the local lord?
Sir Hanush? He treats his people well, but he's tough as an old oak. The way things are these days, I wouldn't wonder if he and his men started kicking.
That's all.
Good luck then.